Hey, welcome back to Ancient Society. This is
Society
Lexi,
and Philip.
and this is our first time trying this remote. We are officially a bi-coastal podcast now.
Yeah, we are doing this over the Atlantic. I'm in London, Lexi is in New York, and we're trying to see how we can make this work.
We didn't want to give the podcast, loved it too much. So this will be ours doing our best to figure out Zoom recording now for this.
So let's see how it goes, honestly.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for doing the last three episodes. I
While trying to
feel
move.
like while trying to move to another country. Yeah, I know it's been hard, but so sorry about that. Today I'm back with my episode, and it is gonna be again a love story, but not actually a love story. You'll see. So, anyways, have you ever met someone who is so utterly obsessed with themselves? Like they literally can't see anyone else. Or like on the flip side, have you ever felt like so unheard or like so ignored that you felt like you were fading into thin air?
Oh
Well,
no.
today we're dissecting a myth that combines both of those scenarios into one spectacularly tragic yet incredibly poetic drama. So today's couple, one half of our duo, is a guy so stunning, so self obsessed, he literally thinks that no one else is worth his time. And the other half, a girl who literally can't speak for herself, cursed to only repeat what others have said to her. Quite an interesting
I've
match.
definitely seen that relationship in person too, unfortunately. And it's always like the hottest girl ever, than just a mid guy that
And
is
a
thinking
mid
that.
average guy, yeah.
Always.
Unfortunately, in this story, it's not a mid guy. He is just so crazy because this is a story of Narcissus and Echo.
I hate when they know they're hot. I hate it.
I know, right? But yeah, let's get into it.
Awesome, let's go.
All right, let's start with our tragic leading lady, Echo. So now Echo is a nymph, or was a nymph. She was a nature spirit, and she was known for one thing in particular. She loved to talk. She was chatty, she was joyful, and she was always,
That's my girl.
honestly, same. Like she
I
was
love a yapper.
always having the last word. Like she was a true yapper of Greek mythology.
Love that. That is your personality hire, your yapper. That's my bestie in the office.
Exactly. Exactly. Love her. And she was basically, the life of the party, even in Greek mythology. Like everyone kind of loved her. She was the most vocal in the forest, I guess, because she was a
What a
nymph.
girl.
I know. So, because she was so good at like distracting people with her endless chatter, Echo often helped Zeus with his extracurricular activities. So, when he was trying to get with a new goddess or a mortal woman
Oh
or,
no.
those things. And when his wife, Hera, would come looking for him, Echo would actually jump in and keep Hera busy with a lively
Uh,
conversation, giving
Echo.
Zeus like just enough time to like make his escape. She was basically Zeus's PA.
She wouldn't be my bestie in the office. I take it
I
back.
know,
I
like
immediately take it back. Not a girl's girl. Don't
definitely
trust
not a
it.
girl's girl. But yeah, I got you in the first half. You must admit that.
I immediately take it back. It's always the girl that you're like, oh, why do they have no other girlfriends? This is
This
why. This is
I
it.
exactly. So I don't know anything about this obsession with Zeus and why was she doing this and what was she
It's a
getting.
pick
I
me.
think it was a
It's
pick
a pick
me.
me
I
girl.
think it was a pick me
Ugh.
situation. But we also have Hera, and she's not stupid. And after a while, she
Yeah.
figured out what was happening.
And she's not someone you don't want to be on her bad
Exactly.
side.
And let me tell you about that. Oh my God. So Hera realized that Echo was deliberately like delaying her, pulling her attention away, and everything, like all of that to cover for her cheating husband. And as we said,
Mm.
when Hera gets angry, she gets vengeful. She was about to turn Echo into a cow at first, and like she did for some other people. But then she like stopped and thought about it. And she was like, I want to inflict a punishment that would truly fit Echo's crime, quote
Yeah,
unquote.
being a cow's not. You gotta be extra petty.
Exactly. Definitely not enough. She was being like extra creative that day, I must
Okay.
say. So Hera cursed Echo, and her punishment was Echo would lose the power of speech. She could never again be able to initiate a conversation or express her own thoughts. She could only, and I repeat, only utter the last words spoken to her,
Oh no.
which was crazy
Criminal punishment.
when you take into account when you can take into account that our girl was a yapper.
If I say that's the worst thing that could ever happen to a yapper.
Exactly. So Hera was, on it that day.
Ah, that
So
is
this whole
almost cruel and unusual. She was being a pick me. She was pretty bad, but that is
exact
rough.
that is so rough, and that is like worse than I think anything that I've ever heard Hera did to like curse
Yeah.
someone.
That's almost
But
Apollo level of pettiness.
exactly. Like what got into her that day, I have no idea. So, our girl Echo, a woman whose entire identity was wrapped up in her voice, is now reduced to an eternal echo. Well,
Mm.
you might say. So, let's now switch to our other main character, the infamous Narcissus. And, the name alone tells you everything you need to know about him.
Right, that's
he
enough.
was he was the son of a nymph and a river god, and he was by all accounts absurdly, incredibly, ridiculously beautiful. He was
Ah,
very beautiful. Like the kind of beautiful that makes everyone forget how to breathe.
have you seen the Rob on Traders right now? And someone asked him like
Uh-huh.
his identity, and he was like, apparently I'm a toxic, narcissistic gaslighter, but I'm so hot that it doesn't matter. I hate it when
Like
they're
that's the
self-aware.
point, my guy.
I hate the self-awareness.
But yeah, I don't know. Usually I'm like, it's good to be self-aware, but like in this situation, it's not helping. It's not helping
No.
your case. You're being, a pain to everyone.
Right.
But there was also this prophecy about him, and it said that Narcissus is destined to live a long and prosperous life as long as he never got to know himself, which is a little bit cryptic, but we'll get to that later.
Also, very like ignorance is bliss. Like, oh, if you don't go to therapy, you won't realize how bad of a, and you'll be
Exactly.
so happy.
Exactly. But also, I think he just looked at that prophecy and he was like, I have no idea what that means, and I don't even care.
He's like, I'll have a long life.
Yeah,
You're saying I'm pretty? You're saying I'll have a long, prosperous life?
he heard a long, prosperous life and he was done. He was like,
That was
that's all
it.
I needed to hear.
Gosh.
So, because Narcissus was so stunning, everyone, I mean, everyone fell in love with him. So, nymphs, mortals, goddesses, you name
Mm.
it. But here's the kicker: Narcissus was just as arrogant as he was beautiful. Self awareness and
Yep.
being beautiful,
Yep.
equals arrogance. So he believed that no one was good enough for him. So he rejected every single person who ever expressed affection, often with very cruel words. So,
Oh
not the best guy.
no.
So
Oh.
he basically ghosted an entire generation of admirers, which were like nymphs, goddesses, these beautiful mortal women, everyone, but like no one was good enough for him. He
Oh
was
my gosh.
living in his own beautiful bubble, completely oblivious. But one day, one of these rejected lovers, a nymph, prayed to the gods for justice. So she cried out and she said, May he who is so proud love and never possesses his beloved. Which, again, very cryptic, but I guess the goddess Nemesis, who I think is the goddess of divine retribution and vengeance, heard this
Hmm.
prayer and decided it was time for Narcissus to get a taste of his own medicine.
She said, I get to be petty.
I
Here's
get to be
revenge.
Betty.
I'm in. I'm in.
Someone
Say less.
say less, my dude. Like you need to like make a revenge on someone. I am your
I'm
girl.
there. Let's go. We ride at dawn.
So our two characters are now in play. Echo, as we know, cursed to only repeat, and Narcissus cursed by his own ego and soon to be cursed by our girl Nemesis. So one day, Narcissus is out hunting in the woods, just being, his beautiful, unattainable self, when he gets separated from his companions. And he calls out, "Is anyone there?" And guess who hears him? Our girl Echo. She's hiding in the
Echo.
trees. She is still consumed by her silent torment, but
Mm.
also instantly captivated by Narcissus's beauty. She's
Hmm.
smitten. She wants to approach him, but she can't speak her own name, her own feelings, anything. She, as you know, can only repeat the last words spoken to her.
Had her flirting power taken away. All
Everything
of
was
her
taken
game is
away.
gone. Oh,
Her whole aura was gone when the voice disappeared.
this is the
Honestly,
era of body language at this point. Now, like, flirt any way you
unfortunately,
can.
unfortunately, she didn't know how to use body language in the best way possible.
Oh,
So Narcissus calls again, and he's like, "Come out!" And Echo from her hiding place just repeats, "Come out." He's confused. He can't see anything and anyone.
me come out. No, you
He
come out.
thinks he's being mocked. Clearly, he thinks he's being mocked. He calls out again and says, "Why are you hiding?" And Echo replies, "Why are you hiding?" Then he's like, "Oh, okay, let's meet together." And she finally reveals herself and just says, "Let's meet together." So she
This is like the
emerges.
trippiest dream
I know
ever.
it's like being on like some type of acid or something, but it is so
Yeah.
funny. And at some point, she emerges from the trees. Her eyes are full of desperate longing, and her arms are literally outstretched, like ready to embrace him. But Narcissus sees her and steps back. His entire demeanor
It's like
shifts.
that's a little desperate, actually. Close
Exactly.
your arms.
And he goes from being confused and like intrigued to like being disgust. Like he
Like,
is
whoa.
not having it, so he shoves her away, probably wiping his hands on his clothes as if she was like dirty.
Ew.
Like, ew, like stop touching me. And actually that's something like that's exactly like what he says. He
Yeah,
says, "Away with these hands, I would die before I let you have me." And Echo,
that's a little harsh.
heartbroken, I know, but narcissist.
It's still a bit much.
Yeah, especially for the first date, or I guess like first time seeing each other. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Echo was obviously like so heartbroken. She was shattered by his cruel words, and she could only repeat the last part of his sentence. And she says, "I let you have me." She was so humiliated and
Oh,
crushed.
oh.
She fled the scene. She ran deep into the forest, away from the man who so casually destroyed her already fragile existence with literally one sentence,
Yeah.
which
Oh,
is so sad.
that's like the most embarrassing possible thing to say back to him, too.
Exactly, like, but like what could have she done? I
Yeah.
don't know. it
Oh,
is it is so sad. And like, even though she was like Zeus's little helper and a pick me, I still feel so sad for her because of all this thing.
yeah.
But you know what?
Yeah.
And this is where things get truly sad for Echo. So after Narcissus brutally rejected her, she retreated into solitary grief. She couldn't eat, she couldn't sleep. The pain, the humiliation, the inability to express her sadness,
That's why you
all
can't
of
even
that
like go cry to
consumed
your
her.
girlfriends about it.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know if she did. I don't entirely believe that she did have girlfriends if she was helping Zeus cheat, but if she did,
That is
she couldn't
very
even go cry to
true.
them.
Exactly. So, it was not ideal, and all of that
Yeah.
consumed her. In the end, she started losing a lot of weight, her skin became so pale, and
Ugh.
eventually she faded away. And all that was left of her was actually her voice. So even now, her voice still lives on, and you can still hear it when you
Oh,
shout into a cave or like a canyon, and you
oh
hear your words
no.
coming back to you, and that's Echo.
Oh no. Oh,
So
Echo.
essentially her spirit and her essence are trapped forever as disembodied voice, repeating the words of others and never her own words.
Mm,
It's kind of tragic, a little bit poetic,
it
and for
is.
someone who loved to talk so much and got reduced to mere repetition. And I think
Yeah.
like Hera really cooked with this with this one. I
She
don't
was really cooking here,
like
actually.
she was really cooking here. Like she did this thing and then she disappeared from this story. But it
Yeah.
is, I don't know, it is so sad and so fun at the same time. I don't know. I don't think Hera even knew what was happening with this story and like what
No.
was happening with Echo. She was probably like chasing Zeus while he was chasing
The
another
next
girl.
one. No, this is
The next one,
so seriously similar to the Apollo destroying Cassandra's life in a funny way and then
exactly.
just dipping.
Exactly. But now, like in this story, it's actually, another woman destroying
Yeah.
a woman. Ugh, that makes sense. But meanwhile, back with our perfect and still very single Narcissus,
Always.
apparently, after all this, the gods just decided it was time for some karmic payback
I
when
was
it
about to
comes
say,
to Narcissus.
wasn't there a prayer to make him taste his own medicine?
It was, but it's not really clear in if that was actually goddess Nemesis doing this or
Okay.
if all gods were kind of tired of that. And like my opinion is that Zeus was actually angry that he didn't have Echo anymore. And
Uh-huh.
then like all this thing started. But there's no like evidence in the sources to like support this claim. So like I don't have data, I have vibes.
But I believe I believe them. I have
Exactly.
vibes.
So one day, tired from hunting, he stumbled upon a perfectly clear, still pool of water. It was untouched by animals. It was located in a quiet, hidden place in the forest. He bent down to drink, and there, looking up at him from the surface, was the most beautiful face he had ever seen. He instantly
Of
fell in
course.
love, obviously, with his own reflection.
Oh my gosh.
And the tragic irony is that he didn't even realize it was himself looking that was in the water. So he thought it was just a beautiful water spirit or nymph, perhaps, who was as unattainable and gorgeous as he was. And this is when he finally got the taste of his
Oh
own
no.
medicine. So he tried to embrace this beautiful creature from the water, aka his own reflection. He tried to touch it, but the image in the water got distorted, when he touched the
Yeah.
water. He
Wow, it's
tried to
suddenly
kiss it,
gone.
it's suddenly gone. He tried to kiss it, the same thing happened. So he was so like sad and like I don't even know like what word to use. Like I can't even say like heartbroken because it's his own reflection. But he was like so confused and sad by all
Just
of
like
this.
completely distraught.
Completely. Like I don't even know what was in his head to be honest. But he refused to leave this place and he was constantly just looking at the water, hoping that at some point this beautiful creature would come from out from the water and I guess be with him. And
Yeah.
then he stopped eating, he stopped drinking, he stopped sleeping, and he
Oh my
spent his
gosh.
days gazing at his reflection. He was talking to it and he was trying to get a response. And it's kind of sad, that he didn't realize it was his own
Yeah.
reflection. And I wouldn't say he was the most intelligent one. He might have been blessed by beauty, but intelligence, I don't
He's
think
got
so.
one of the two. He's got one of the two. He's
Ex-
fine.
exactly. So, just like Echo, he wasted away. He started fading away. He was consumed by a love he could never possess and a desire for an image that was just a mirror, essentially, of
Oh
himself.
my
And
God.
he finally understood, or at least felt, the pain of rejection and the agony of loving someone who doesn't love you back. And after years of sitting
It's
there,
himself.
and it's just himself. So years pass by, he's still sitting there, and at some point, he unfortunately dies in this place by the water. And in this exact place where he died, a beautiful flower bloomed, and that was the narcissus flower. And that flower forever bowed his head towards the water.
Even
So
the flower is obsessed with itself.
exactly. So that's how we got Narcissus Flower, you guys. And this is I guess the ultimate story of you get what you give.
And
It's
that wasn't even like as cool of a rejection to him as he gave to other people.
exactly like it
That was
was it was just like
nothing in
slowly
comparison.
dying, but I think he literally just it was the most important thing was for him to feel the same the people were feeling when he was rejecting them.
Yeah.
So I think he
Oh,
got
yeah.
that. But even though like I usually love to do these love stories, this is not technically a love story. It's just like
No.
a series of unfortunate events for
This is
both
like a
people.
hatred one. Like too many
Yeah.
people love too many things and nothing loved anyone back.
And like everyone dies in the end.
And just everybody dies. The end.
Exactly, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed, the this story of Echo and Narcissus, and explanation of how this flower came to be, and like why we have Echo even today. And
I knew very little about both of them, so this was so fun. All I keep thinking about with Echo is just like Little Mermaid and having to
yeah,
use the body language, and she couldn't do that because he just immediately told her he would rather die than be with her.
that was so crazy.
That's the insane level of rejection. Like,
It
why?
is so crazy. Like I don't know like who's crazier in this story, but yeah, it was a wild ride.
This is like a true everybody's crazy and everybody's petty, and it doesn't
Yeah.
help anybody in the end.
And exactly, and that's why everyone dies in the end.
That is why everyone is petty, everyone's a pick me, and vengeance is horrible. Just kidding. I love hearing about the vengeance. I love the pettiness.
Yeah, but there you go. I know we had like a little mention of Nemesis, our goddess of vengeance, but she was just like kind of there, and I think she was like responsible for some of the things that happened at the end. But there are not a lot of sources that would like point out that she was the one that did like this last curse on
Mm.
Narcissus, so we're not really sure.
So she's
But as
gotten
I
away
told
with
you,
it.
exactly. I mean, she's a goddess of vengeance, so I would have thought so.
Right. Just gets away completely clean.
Yeah.
But no, I love that. That was so much fun.
So I'm so glad that you enjoyed it, and so sorry that previous three episodes were yours.
It's okay. It was true Camp Half-Blood time, Percy Jackson time. Got to really dig into
Yeah.
that. I am still so excited to hear more of Percy Jackson, more love. We have
Mm,
Odysseus coming up. I think
that is true.
we could definitely do an Odysseus. I think it'd be fun to do like some hot takes in Greek
Mm,
mythology. Might
hmm
just
hmm
dive down into a Reddit hole for that one. But we are bi-coastal, so it will be by Zoom now. But we'll get used to it and
Yep,
we'll have all the news stories all back and ready for you.
exactly. And we might even try to do a video version in the future,
Eventually.
eventually, but stay tuned.
Stay tuned for me to eventually figure out how to screen record on Zoom and make it look decent. We will see. Right now, we are still moving in, so this place is a mess, and I did not want anybody to see it. But thank you guys so much for continuing on listening. I know we missed a week. Thanks for sticking around, and we will talk to you guys again soon.
See you next time.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.